welcome to a special WHAS Crusade for Children edition of Moral Side of the News. I'm Shawn Kaelin. Today we look back and celebrate the success of Crusade 73. Thanks to you, a near record-breaking year.
$6,235,132.67. You see that total there. That was the total for the 73rd annual WHAS Crusade for Children, our second highest total in the history of the telethon. WHAS 11 photojournalist Gabby DeGeorge is giving you a weekend recap.
A lot of amazing things have happened in this room over the lifespan of WHAS TV, but nothing more important than what goes on here every Crusade weekend.
Here, all of it add up. 6 cents even will make a difference.
Your daddy-o was such an important part of this crusade. He taught you and your brother, your whole family, all about this mission.
That's right. It's awesome.
So for the 73rd WHAS Crusade for Children, from the fire department that started the whole rivalry among fire departments, your grand total is
$345,788.71.
Here is our tote board total. For the 73rd WHAS Crusade for Children, we've raised an incredible
$6,235,132.67.
How about that, right? Just incredible. This year's total is the most raised, again, since 2023 and the second highest in the history of the Crusade. Only the Crusade's 50th anniversary back in 2003 raised more. That total was $6,307,583. Not too far off. Remember, all that money always goes to help children with identified health care, educational, and emotional wellness needs. We also want to give a special shout out to our top donors throughout this weekend. It was a very tight battle with friendly trash talking from all sides, but the PRP Fire Department was our top Kentucky Fire Department donors, contributing more than $345,000. Our top Indiana Fire Department was the Monroe Township Volunteer Fire Department. They gave over $100,000, and a special shout out to the Archdiocese of Louisville, who contributed an additional $311,000. If you didn't get a chance to donate, the Crusade will always take them, and you can do so with the link on your screen.
As you heard, the tote board totaled more than $6.2 million. And we could not do that without the tireless dedication of firefighters from across Kentuckiana. Since 1956, when PRP challenged all the fire departments, they've been the lifeblood for the Crusade for Children. Here's a look back at some of the fun from this past year.
Last year, we made about $130,000, which is awesome. But this year, we're gonna crush it with your support.
That's the PRP Fire Department, and it's their 70th year collecting for the Crusade, which is in its 73rd year. They have a special history with the WHAS Crusade for Children. And live during our 5:30 newscast today, we had CEO Don Lee of the Crusade on with us, telling us that they're hoping to stun everybody again with their total.
And the firefighters have been out really fast and furious since Memorial Day. So we've seen that start coming in as well. And they just seem to be working extra hard this year.
Out here live in Crestwood, near where 22 meets 146, right outside of Crestwood Elementary. We have a great roadblock here. We always say, of course, take it slow when you approach these roadblocks. And we have a great group of volunteers organizing this whole thing all week. And I have a very special guest with me right now. This is Chief Blakely of the South Oldham Fire Department. Thank you, Chief, first of all, for being here and for all that you do for the Crusade. How many days, how long have you all been out here this week?
We started Monday morning about 7 o'clock, and we run it up to about 6:30, 7 at night. And we will be running all the way to Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock.
All right, dedicated. We love to see that. How have the fundraising efforts been going so far?
They've been going pretty good. We've had the career staff working roadblocks in the morning, some volunteer staff manning this one throughout the day. Our totals are pretty close to last year, so we're wanting to see those funds, those donations come up a little bit.
All right, yes, we always want to see them bigger and better year after year.
Right.
And how can folks donate if maybe they don't have cash or change on them?
You can still Venmo us. South Oldham has a QR code. If you go to southoldhamfire.com, you will find that QR code, and you can do your donations through the QR codes or through Venmo.
And how much did you all raise last year?
Last year we were at 70,000. This year we're hoping to do a little more than that, so we're still pushing.
All right, and you all will be at the station on Sunday morning, right?
We will be at station Sunday morning. We're usually one of the top 5, so if we get over this year, I may have a little surprise for Terry when I get down there.
Boy.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, well, thank you, Chief. Thank you for all you do for the Crusade.
WHAS 1119 photojournalist Aspen Hester tonight followed some of the firefighters around the community, getting in the Crusade weekend spirit. It's one tradition that pulls us all together.
Who are we? Not Anchorage Middletown.
It's always fun to have that competition and to bring that spirit back.
But who are we? PRP!
We actually beat PRP, so I have to remind Chief Myman of that. So we've got it in us.
The rivalry started years ago between us and Fern Creek and Anchorage Middletown.
And it goes way back into, I think, 1955, when Pleasure Ridge Park's chief challenged the other fire chiefs in the county. And just from there,
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
it's always been the one thing that we all rally around every year. I've been doing this personally since 1990.
It adds a little something, but we're all out there for the common goal, and the common goal is 100% for the kids, the Crusade for Children. It gets people out there the ability to just dig a little bit deeper, knock on a few more doors, stay out a little bit longer, come in an extra night, things like that. But
I remember back in the 90s and the early 2000s, some of the rivalries were really crazy. I remember one year the bench that we had in front of our firehouse ended up down on Crusade Sunday on the set.
The shenanigans have started. They're good, clean shenanigans. They're safe shenanigans. But Anchorage Middletown got us good last night, and we're looking very forward to Sunday to come out and give our grand total.
You gonna win it?
I think we can. I think we can. Absolutely.
No, we're going to win it. Absolutely, 100%.
We are on the road this morning, 10th Street in Jeffersonville, rolled in here on the big old tires. Guess what? A nice morning as we kick off the Crusade for Children. This edition, we're this portion here live in Jeffersonville. We're the Jeffersonville Fire. And guess what? We're set up at the Kroger's here at the Commons on 10th Street. You've got lemonade.
We do. We have lots of lemonade, so come and please help us sell out.
This is Megan Conlon. Who do you have here?
This is Addie in Brooklyn.
I think you guys run the lemonade stand.
Yes.
You got, I hear, the best lemonade over here.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to come in here and find out for yourself. Stop on in. We are here through 10 this morning. Got a lot of surprises this hour for you. But Jeffersonville Fire is has been historically a great friend of the Crusade for Children, and they are out in force over here. Come on over here. This is the other half of the Conlon family. Firefighter for how many years with Jeffersonville?
10 years.
10 years, and you are, your wife is heavily involved, and so are you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, my dad retired from the department, and it's kind of been a family generation thing, so now I got my girls into it too.
And you grew up in the fire service with the Crusade.
Yes, I did. My dad was over in Louisville on Butchel.
Yeah.
So, and we collected every year, and then when we
finished
to Baghdad, we went to Baghdad.
And you got married, you married a firefighter.
Yep.
And here are in Jeffersonville.
Yeah.
I love it. The Crusade stories run deep. Hey, we're having a lot of fun today.
We are.
More fun than you should have,
So
but we're having it anyhow.
I seen this green fire truck just pull into our lot, okay?
John, pan to your right and get a shot of that green apparatus over there.
Everybody knows our fire trucks are green, but this one is about to become ours. We're going to teach them how to do hazmat. We're going to paint their apparatus to the appropriate green. That's PRP green. And then we can accommodate this one.
Not quite ripe yet.
Yeah, it's still got a little riping to do. But they made their way out here, so we're going to talk to them.
I got a feeling
it's somewhere around here. I think he's hiding from me.
Who is?
Their captain, Bill DeVry.
I saw the captain, and he's gone into hiding here.
Can you see if you can find him, Chief?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Anchorage Middletown, which has put out a strong challenge. They paid you a visit last night. No one was here.
They did.
And they changed the QR code from PRP and put
Anchorage Middletown's QR code.
Middletown's QR code on there.
That was a secret operation.
It was. We got some special operations guys that are pretty high-speed, low drag, part of Kentucky Task Force 1, similar brothers at PRP. So they did a little night ops and took advantage of the situation. So.
I'd say you pulled it off.
No, they did. They did. They actually made an excellent little video. We thought it was funny.
Yeah, the video was great.
Yeah, it was. They did a really good job on it. We're going to tag our truck here in just a second, it looks like. So we're going to go from there. But the question is, what's Reed doing?
I'm just standing here emceeing. I got a feeling, and I told my wife before I left home, I said, I got a feeling here, and it's not good. It's going to be costly. So I tell you what, I'm neutral. We're all for the Crusade.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
where the fire departments are concerned, I'm neutral. So can we have a peace accord signed? I'm going to give you $500.
That's awesome, sir.
To Anchorage Middletown, and PRP $500, my wife and I.
That is awesome, Reed.
$500 each way.
So much. Appreciate you, bud.
I brought the grab this going out the door, so we'll write the check here in just a little bit and take care of you guys. The main thing is it's all going for the Crusade. If we have some fun along the way, so be it. That's even better.
So I tell you what,
I'm neutral.
On behalf of Chief Walsh, with price of gas is up right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over and pick up PRP's Mike Lenning's order and bring it back.
Hey, whoa!
I mean, that's huge. They helped us out with a little technical difficulty on the truck.
Now look what you're going to see here.
Yeah,
look what PRP provided you with.
Those guys are awesome. That's a wrong logo. I love the logo on the right, the WHS Crusade for Children. The one on the left is off just a little bit.
How long have you been with the fire service, Captain?
22 years total, sir.
22 years? You don't look that old.
I'm a day over 51.
Never believe it. Never believe it.
I appreciate that. You're 29, right?
29 and just turned 29 the other day.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we appreciate you coming out today and inviting us down here.
It's all fun, and we'll write a check here when we finish up at 3:30.
Sounds great, sir.
Or if you're going to go to Mike Lenning's and pick that order up, we'll have it ready when you get back.
We may get lost on the way back.
Well, the roads out here, when you're not familiar sometimes.
Because I got to put it in my GPS. I think this is 108 Urton Lane, if I'm not.
Well, yeah.
Certain.
So you said earlier you're speaking on behalf of Chief Walsh.
Yes, sir.
So I think Chief Walsh would agree that the largest winner at the end of the day goes on last.
I can't confirm nor deny, sir.
You just said you were.
I had a message to thank this young man for the awesome donation.
Right. Well, Chief Walsh, we're going to be calling you here very shortly, sir.
Oh, wow. It's not over till it's over.
I have his number, Chief, if you need it.
It's all good fun, but it is fun nonetheless. But everything, at the end of the day, goes to the Crusade for Children. And the fire department has brought in, historically, in the whole history of the Crusade, the fire departments are responsible for raising over half the money that has been raised. Fire departments have. So their contribution, there's no way we can overstate it.
You're exactly right, Reed. And again, I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again. This is the 70th year for Pleasure Ridge Park collecting for the Crusade for Children. And, that one thing that our Chief Ernie Bowler did back in 1956 changed it all for this organization.
He issued a challenge and everybody else came on and the rest is history. So if I show up out at Anchorage Middletown, I'm okay.
Yes, sir.
We've got peace. Hey, we signed a peace accord right here today. It's okay.
So I just had to say one thing, Reed.
Yes.
I've been collecting on both sides of the river pretty much all my fire service career. I got to give it up to not just the citizens of Anchorage, Middletown, but PRP, all the districts throughout the Louisville area. These citizens are awesome. We've not heard any complaints. Everybody's always happy, willing to see us, and always willing to give. So it's a great cause. So please donate if you haven't. And it's Anchorage, Middletown, not PRP, to donate.
Get the final plug in.
It's so fun to see the competitive nature these fire departments are bringing to help the kids across Kentuckiana. Many of the members that you see right here each week on Morrill's Side of the News are members of the Advisory Council that help determine where the funds raised for the Crusade for Children are distributed. Let's take a look back at their segment from the Crusade for Children Benefits Show from this past Saturday night.
For the very first Crusade 73 years ago, the advisory panel for the WHS Crusade for Children has determined where the funds go for the Crusade for Children. Every penny raised is brought before this panel of ministers. They've spent over 200 hours this past February and March hearing grants requests from over 245 agencies. We'll get to some of that in a minute. The panel is led by Jason Crosby, Chaplain Center College, and he's the chairman, and Father John Stoltz, St. Aloysius Catholic Church, the vice chairman. You're leaders of this distinguished group. It's a process. Talk to us briefly about the need this year.
Thank you, Shawn. Yes, the need once more this year is great, and we are honored as members of the Clergy Advisory Panel to do a small part along with so many others in our community to help address that need. I'll let others talk more specifically about the need and about other things that this body does. I just want to emphasize quickly that our first and primary objective is to make sure that we are good stewards of the wonderful resources that are made available to the Crusade. And so we do spend an extensive amount of time in February, March of this year getting ready to meet with the organizations and agencies that receive funds from the Crusade. And we take that responsibility very seriously because we understand how important it is that we do our best to ensure that funds get where they need to be to meet those needs.
Father John, you're new to the vice chair role. Welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. Yes, and so of the meetings that we had, in our ministers in groups of 3 had about 245 meetings with the different agencies where they made their presentation. The total amount of requests was over $14 million. And because of that, we have to do the work of being stewards and trying to whittle down that amount of money, and so that's a just remuneration, and but it also tells us the need and a call for your generosity to support the Crusade and to support the good and worthy work that many agencies do to serve children in our area.
Thank you, Father John. So, Father Joe, you're the senior member of this panel, and you're taking a couple steps back. You're chairman for a long time. You were chairman of the board of the directors for the Crusade for Children for many years. So tell us what it's like to hear directly from these agencies.
Well, as John has already said, I think one of the people don't realize that we cover the entire state of Kentucky and southern Indiana, from Indianapolis, Terre Haute, all the way down. One of the things that strikes me as we've all worked in recent years is trying to really look at some of the small agencies in the very poor counties, especially Appalachia, Western Kentucky. There's a lot of good work going on that nobody knows about, and hearing their stories sometimes and then trying to help them. But even, I think it's Rockcastle County, this little county in Appalachia brought in something like $16,000 to the Crusade last year. That's a poor county. And
That's a very unusual thing.
Right, and they have a hospital there that does some great work. And we try to send money back to them as much as possible. But it's the little ones. I mean, we always have the big hospitals here in Louisville, and they're important, but it's the little guys that are very important.
The same question for you, Galia.
Okay. What it's like to have to deal with hearing from the organizations is wonderful. I mean, it's just, especially if they've been partners with Crusade over the years and seeing all, they come and tell us how much we've changed children's lives, and it's amazing. But as Father Stoltz said, we had over $14 million worth of requests. Every year I say, this is the year we're going to hit 6 million in. So prove me right this year. But the hardest thing in the world is to read all these really compelling, almost all of them really deserve more money. I would like to give a full grant to almost everyone. But I mean, we can't do that. 6 million does not go into 14 million. So it's hard work, but we count on you to be our partners in this, in making every single county in Kentucky and southern Indiana just a place where children are cherished to the best of our ability.
Thank you, Galia. Rabbi Stan Miles, your 30th year with the Crusade this year. Yes, congratulations, and thank you for everything. We have some new eyeballs on the Crusade Variety Show, Benefits Show tonight with a new TV partner. WLKY is airing us on their MeTV. Thank you, WLKY, for doing this. What would you say to the potential new eyeballs, the new donors out there tonight? Why should they give to the Crusade?
The first thing I want to say to the new folks, welcome. From the bottom of our hearts, welcome. And you have a unique opportunity. In my tradition, we say that if a person saves one life, it is as if they have saved an entire world. Who knows where your donation will go? Who knows the lives that it will save or definitely enhance? So please give to the Crusade, and thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for helping.
Thank you, Rabbi Stan. Reverend Sally McLean, the same question to you. What would you say to the new donors tonight?
It's going to be like the little boy next door whose name is Hudson that comes banging on my door, and he said, the fire trucks are coming, the fire trucks are here, you've got to go get money, you've got to go get money. I said, Hudson, I've already given money, I wrote a check. It doesn't matter, we've got to go meet the fire trucks. So I had to go to my wallet, give my money out so they could go and run to the fire truck and give more money. So I say, if you can, please give more money.
Thank you very much, Sally. So, Reverend George Wasson, you are new to the panel. This will be your second full year on the panel. How would you describe the legacy of the Crusade and what it means to the communities?
Thank you. So I have the joy of being the Indiana representative to this distinguished group. And I want you to know that this doesn't stop at the river. We have an amazing Southern Indiana contribution to WHAS. And as we would all testify, the needs are huge. And they don't stop at a river and they don't stop at a state line. I know that our Jeffersonville County over there, man, you guys just bring it home time after time and are great supporters of Crusade. And I just want to throw a challenge out there to the rest of our Southern Indiana counties. The legacy of Crusade, right? 70 plus years. And it's just growing and it's getting better and better every year. So Indiana, man, let's step up and let's show them what we can do on the sunny side of the river.
There you go. All right, George. And Reverend Michelle Penix, our newest member on the panel, your first go-around with the grant hearings this year. Talk to us a little bit about that and the legacy of the Crusade and what it means to you.
Well, I'm excited. This is my first year, but I go way back with the Crusade. I actually had a daughter who benefited from the Crusade, and I have a stone in front of WHAS representing her life and what it meant. So it is a privilege for me to stand here as a first-timer to say, keep giving. 73 years is Louisville's love in action for our community. So call in, make sure that you go out there and solicit and give back to the people who have given so much to our community.
Thank you very much, Michelle. And the beauty of the Crusade for Children is really, when it was set up in 1954, the TV station doesn't decide where the money goes. WHS Radio, 840 WHS Radio does not decide where the money goes. The Crusade staff does not decide where the money goes. This panel, since 1954, has had... We haven't been that Other members, including members of this panel, since 1954, has listened to every grant hearing to determine where the money goes. And it's a beautiful thing. So thank you very much.
As you just heard, the clergy play a vital role in determining how your Crusade dollars are put to work. Here's an example of how your Crusade dollars are making a difference. Meet Lydia.
Night. It's just good to see your 4-year-old being a 4-year-old and just doing all the things that we want to see her do. Hello. Hi, I'm Sarah McCloskey, and I'm Lydia's mother. Lydia was born at 33 weeks premature. We had rushed to the hospital, and within 45 minutes, she was born, and they were rushing her over to Norton Children's to be in the NICU there for about 5 weeks. Once home, I just started noticing involuntary movements of her limbs and her eyes. She would kind of space out in a daze to where I couldn't snap her out of it. We were referred to the Novak Center to have MRIs ran and things of that nature to see what was really going on inside Lydia's brain.
We got an MRI which showed a terribly deformed right side of her brain.
They discovered that she had brain damage from birth, and it was causing her to have multiple seizures daily.
Instead of developing, instead of acquiring language and acquiring motor skills and figuring out problems, she was having so many seizures that her cognition was actually going downward.
Once we found that out, we decided to go ahead and move forward with the surgery. So that's when we met Dr. Munchnick.
I'm Ian Muchnick. I'm a pediatric neurosurgeon, and I'm the director of the Pediatric Clinical Neurosciences Unit. When you have an anomaly like that, you basically have to take that side of the brain out. The problem with that is that the risk of developing hydrocephalus is much higher than if you just disconnect that hemisphere and leave it intact. Hydrocephalus is a backup of your brain fluid. We wanted to disconnect that side of her brain, and we wanted to do it so that her risk of hydrocephalus would be as low as possible. So we used the surgical theater system to define exactly what needed to be disconnected. We also used it to then guide us during the surgery with landmarks that we created when we practiced her surgery over and over in virtual reality.
When he was able to show me what he was planning to do, I really did feel like we were in the best hands possible.
We made thin cuts, and we got rid of only the tissue that needed to be removed to disconnect everything on that right side that was seizing from everything else in the body. This OR, it is big and it is well equipped, and because of the Crusade for Children and the grant that we received, we're essentially able to provide the same level of epilepsy care as any epilepsy service in the country.
It's amazing that we've been able to open the state-of-the-art neurosurgery OR. I'm Diane Scardino, and I'm the Chief Administrative Officer here at Norton Children's. Norton Children's has been so blessed to have the partnership with the Crusade for Children, and so that partnership has really resulted in some state-of-the-art technologies, the most recent one being our neurosurgery OR renovation. The Crusade put in just under $700,000 to complete that OR.
The Crusade for Children has allowed us to be a top-notch clinical service. Every day here in this OR, every day with surgical theater, we get to help change the trajectory of kids' lives in incredibly meaningful ways. It's a very gratifying job.
The technologies that the Crusade for Children helped provide to the hospital helped my daughter tremendously.
She's great. This has completely changed her life.
It was a big risk doing the surgery, but I don't regret the choice at all. I'd do it a million times over, because my daughter is thriving today.
Since 1954, all because of you, the Crusade for Children has helped Lydia and countless others, raising more than $250 million. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Moral Side of the News will return next week with an all-new episode. For the WHAS Crusade for Children, I'm Shawn Kaelin.